Trev, I found a major problem.
A major problem?
Yep. It's in our assignment next week. You know the secret assignment?
I know the secret one, the one that's secret.
The one that's secret.
Absolutely.
Well, here's a scaled model of the world.
Yeah.
Okay? And you know we have to fly from England to the Ukraine by a private jet next week.
Yes.
Well, I've scaled a private jet.
Right.
And I put it on. The private jet is bigger than the Ukraine.
I think you've scaled that wrong way.
Well, how many ways is there to scale? This is a smaller version of the world.
Yes.
This is a smaller version of a jet. So how can that be wrong?
I think you need the ratio the same way.
Ah, same ratio. So a much smaller plane.
Or a much bigger world.
Yeah. Well, I'll get on that.
You should. But first we should explain how scales work to the world.
Okay, so a question nice and relatable both to the exam and to your everyday lives at home.
Every day.
Today we have as secret agents an aptitude test,
Mm-hmm.
an intelligence test right after it.
Yeah, a meeting of Q, discuss gadgets.
And then a meeting with M to discuss our work in the field.
The question of these tests, every time, always, every time.
Every time. Can we make McDonald's in between?
So, anyone went to test this, and how far away is McDonald's?
Well, for that we need a map.
I happen to know the map, Wayne.
Okay, let's draw up a map. This is much like what you'll get in an exam.
You'll get a map, or maybe just a distance, depending on what exam you do. But we are at GH.
Jill's house. Good code.
It's good code. And we need to get to McDonald's. MC Lenny Donald's.
So it's a straight line from here to McDonald's.
Because we can fly there.
Yeah. So with this map, like what you'll get in an exam, if I go this distance that way, can I have large fries, a Big Mac? What would you want?
I'd like a big tasty with bacon, please.
Big tasty with bacon. Problem.
There is a problem. We're not at McDonald's.
No, and they don't have big tasties with bacon today. They don't.
Oh no, different special is it?
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that scale isn't 1 to 1, but that means you have to know a scale.
And they'll give you one, so let's just say it's 1 to 1,500. That's the scale of this map to the real world.
Yeah, and what that means is for every 1 metre or centimetre in a map, it doesn't matter what, then there'll be 1,500 of those in real life.
Yes. So that makes it much more realistic.
Mm-hmm. But with that in mind, we're going to have to use something to measure this line, some sort of gadget. Have you...
Oh, I have a gadget.
You have?
I can't believe you wouldn't notice it.
No.
I never wear it on my attire.
You
It's
do not?
very brand new, hasn't been in any videos before.
Wow,
My watch.
it's your watch. Oh wow, so how does that measure a line?
Well, it's a standard issue.
Yeah.
Hugh gave it to me, it's a
Of course.
gadget. Put yourself in this situation. You're in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's getting quite late at night, it's getting quite dark, and you notice like a row of warehouses, top secret,
Oh wow.
surrounded by this massive electric fence, really high.
Yeah.
Now, if this had a laser in it and you cut it, it would set off an alarm, and you know that. So
Yeah,
the only
can't
way
do
in is you've got to get over this fence somehow.
Yeah.
And that's where this gadget comes in.
Right.
It's really cleverly designed. You can check the time and see if Toys R Us is closed, and you can go and get a pogo stick and jump over the fence.
That's amazing. I need one of those, Wayne.
You do. Everyone needs one of these.
I
Hugh
do.
thinks of everything.
He does every situation.
Back to this ruler.
You use a ruler and you just measure the line and you just scale up the number of centimetres to the thing. How do you do that, Wayne?
Well, you grab your ruler and you put it to this length. Let's say it was, I don't know, how big is your exam paper? It's probably something like 10 centimetres.
Clever videos are not drawn to scale.
No. So let's say you measured this line in the exam and it was 10 centimetres. What that means is this number is now 10.
But as that's gone up by a factor of 10, so does this.
So 1,500 times 10 is 15,000.
Yep. So that is your new distance, and that is what you would say.
Yep, so in real life, this gap represents 15,000, and you've got to keep the units the same, centimetres. You can then convert that into metres by simply dividing by 100.
Yeah.
That's 150 metres, which is just over 100 metres, but our meeting starts in about 20 seconds. We don't have time for
We
McDonald's.
haven't got time for McDonald's, it's very sad. They could have asked, of course, the reverse. They could tell you,
Yeah.
they could say that this line is 5 kilometres. What's the scale?
Yep, they might do that. So then in which case you'd measure it and then divide. But for now we've got an aptitude test. Let's go to that.
Alright, I love big tests.